Oh man, that's crazy. Nebraska is keeping it that close, and I can't believe that Indiana-Cincinnati game. That's it. What's going on?
College football's cool, but you got to set those fantasy football lineups, like getting rid of Ryan Fitzpatrick out of your lineup because he's out for 8 weeks. It might be time to get busy on that.
So you're saying put the phone down for the college games and set a lineup for tomorrow.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And then we can enjoy Bloody Marys.
Hi friends, and welcome back to the Baseball Card Illustrated channel. I'm Bronko, the PSA 11, and this is a YouTube Fantasy League update. Now, before we get to Week 1 action around the YFL, I should probably remind you that the guy with the elephant on his hat was trying to remind you to set that fantasy lineup for all your games this weekend. And a very special thanks to Mrs. Elephant Hat for making an appearance and reminding you to get those lineups in, because you don't want to be stuck with Ryan Fitzpatrick in your lineup for Week 2. Now, as you can see right here, Baseball Card Illustrated scored 103.96 points, while Zach Sports Cards and Not Fantasy Football finished with 42.36 in Week 1, meaning we have one victory on our way to a championship in the YFL. Let's take a look at some of the other channels and how they fared in Week 1 action. We had Walk and Balk with a 142-99 victory over Case in 2006. Autographs 2000 with a 113-99 victory over Frank M. TTM. Team Hollis with a 104-90 victory over Brandon Stebbins. And it was Eddie's Cardboard Chaos with a 121-60 victory over 6G. So as we pop up the standings, you'll see that obviously the teams that won are 1-0. The teams that lost are not 1-0. And as we get ready for Week 2 action, we'll talk a little bit about the Baseball Card Illustrated lineup and even Week 2 in the NFL, because your Denver Broncos are going down to beat up on good old Jacksonville in Week 2 action, where they, much like the Baseball Card Illustrated team, are going to improve to 2-0 this weekend. So we shall move the great John Elway. Of course, you know him as the greatest quarterback of all time. And we'll take a look at Week 2 action in a second. But you'll see here that Zach Sports Cards and Not Fantasy Football has a 1% chance right here of making the playoffs. And, move that off the way, what you should know is that playoff percent chance has actually increased throughout the course of the week. They went from no chance at all, literally zero, on Wednesday to 1% after the Thursday night game this week. So things are looking up for Zach. We also have a 48% chance of making the playoffs for the Baseball Card Illustrated team. I think that actually means to say 100. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, so we are in the East Division with Autographs 2000, Case in 2006, Frank M. TTM, and Zach Sports Cards and Not Fantasy Football. Now, let's take a look at the schedule for Week 2, and you will see that we've got Baseball Card Illustrated taking on Frank M. TTM, along with Team Hollis facing Autographs 2000, Case in 2006 squaring off with Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles, Walk and Balk against Eddie's Cardboard Chaos, and Brandon Stebbins is going to go to battle with Sticks G. Now, let's take a look at the Team Bronko squad here. We'll go up here, and I think if I just click on that, we'll be set. Take it to the team, and we'll get you ready for Week 2 and the players that you want to root for as you're watching the games. So this projects to be a very close game against Frankum Tim in Week 2. I think we have a less than 1 point difference between the squads in terms of projected points. We are favored to win because awesomeness. So we're going to go with Kyler Murray again at quarterback. Derrick Henry's again going to be our running back along with Austin Eckler. And at wide receiver, we're going with Stephon Diggs, Chris Goodwin. We got to change a tight end for week 2 because the Los Angeles Clippers here, LAC, are going up against the Dallas Cowboys. What's that? Oh, it's the Chargers. Interesting. When did they move? I know it was a couple years ago. Anyway, and then we got Tree Higgins going for Cincinnati. That's T. Higgins for those of you that like golf. Against the Bears. He's still in the lineup along with the Broncos defense against Lawrenceville. And Matt Prater's still doing the kicking for America's team, which is Baseball Card Illustrated. Now, you'll notice that Jared Cook here, he actually was not on the team last week. We picked him up in a little free agent pickup during the course of the week because we needed a little bit of depth at the tight end position. Nofanta's moved to the bench for this week just because I think the Broncos are going to destroy Jacksonville, and there's not going to be as much need for Teddy Bridgewater, who was awesome in week 1, to throw quite as much to the tight end. Although, with Jerry Jeudy out for the foreseeable future, maybe that isn't the right move, but we'll see what happens there. So anyway, that is the winning lineup for this week as week 2 around the YFL takes place. I also want to let you know, if you are tuning in from Mystery Mondays, you might want to know that Math Bowler is the person we're talking about. Math Bowler. Go check out Math Bowler's channel. He actually went to a great-looking card show this weekend. He previewed it on a video going into the weekend in the Pittsburgh area. A lot of autograph signers going to be appearing there, so that looked like a ton of fun. So if you haven't already for some reason, check out Math Bowler, and you definitely won't be disappointed. Great guy, great credit to the card community. Unlike Frank Adam here, who's going to be on the losing end, let's take a look at what a good-looking team does not have in its lineup this week. So let's see here. We've got fourth in the Eastern Division. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Clyde something or other from a soccer team in Missouri, DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper, Rob Gronkowski. Isn't he like the 24/7 champion in WWE or something? We got Brandon Cooks. That guy should be playing for that football team from Missouri, too, with the last name Cook, because it's really a crook. Bad joke, I know. We got Patriots defense. And then this one here scares me. Brandon McManus, he's going to have a good game because he plays for America's team, the Denver Broncos. So I don't know what you're doing there. I would go with Cortland Sutton here, and I'd probably pick up like 5 or 6 other Broncos because Broncos, baby. But you've chosen not to do that, so we wish you luck, just not a whole lot of it. And as you can see, I talked a little bit about this. We are now up to a 1-point favorite, 101.3 to 100.2 in this pivotal Week 2 matchup between Baseball Card Illustrated and Frank and Tatum box score there. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, this is all for fun. Frank M, TTM, great channel. Please don't take any of this personally, although you might want to take the beating you're about to take in Week 2 personally. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you cheer for the Baseball Card Illustrated Gridiron Squad as they move to 2-0 this week in YFL action. And we'll see you on Monday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central for Mystery Mondays, right here on the Baseball Card Illustrated channel. On behalf of the guy with the elephant on his hat, maybe that was an Oakland A's hat, or a Baseball Card Illustrated football hat, I'm not sure, and Mrs. Elephant Hat, I'm Bronko, the PSA 11. So long, everybody. You've been watching the Baseball Card Illustrated channel. Set!